Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining this second session. Hope the previous one was helpful and you had a chance to, download cursor in your application in your machine and try it out if you have not already done, or if you are already using cursor, probably you would have tried more things what we learned in the last session. So before we go for today's session, I just wanted to know if you have any questions that we need to clarify before that, or do you have any specific things that we need to discuss? That will help everyone. So anyone can open up.
Did you ask expectations for the call or some doubts? What did you ask, Prem?
Doubts, any
Doubts.
doubts that you have, or anything that you wanted to ask before we start, in whatever you have tried already, or you want to try anything that you specifically want to try today, because I want it to be effective for people who are going to use it or already using it. So my plan today is to do a kind of live demo, take a small create something from the scratch, try to build on it, see what happens. No prior setup and all. So I just wanted to go with the flow, how it goes, and more importantly, things that a developer can effectively use. With the help of cursor, what are the different things that you can do apart from just coding? Those are few things that I wanted to touch upon. Okay, if there are no questions or anything, we will get started. I will share my screen. Just give me a minute. Let me close my other browsers. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I just created a blank, folder. We'll start from here. I don't have, as I said, I don't have any prior, plan of what we are going to build. So we can together build something. Okay. Um, so any choice that you guys have, whether we build something, front end oriented or anything that is back end oriented. How do you think we can go about? Let's assume we don't know anything, okay, and we want to. This is more of a vibe coding, okay. So if you are a vibe coder and you have something in mind and you want to develop something using cursor, and without applying much of your coding expertise, how can we build something? So that's what I thought we can try, and on that we can discuss about ways you can utilize it.
I
Easy
have.
kudos app.
So
I was just about to say that, and somebody beat me to it.
Easy
you
kudos
want
app.
to do a easy course.
So good to see that people are
Okay,
like,
can somebody
Kavita, பாருங்க என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு.
பாருங்க எல்லாம் அவங்களே ஆர்வமா இருக்காங்க. தேங்க்யூ மக்களே,
Very
தேங்க்யூ
good.
so much. Love
Same,
you all.
Prem. Easy kudos. I
okay,
want to see a bunch of round images of people so I can click on one person, vote them, and appreciate them.
1 minute. Okay, so you want, can you please say that again? Let me note down.
I can give one or two sentences, others can
Yeah,
also add.
yeah.
Um, a front end app where I can see scores of employees as just round avatars or images, display profile pictures. I can just click on an award and click on a person. So I'm awarding that person, something like that.
Okay.
Also add why we are giving that award to them.
When you click on the person with the award, symbolically giving the medal to the person, you also tell why that award is being given.
Okay, cool. So, okay, see scores of employees. So you can, you can, is it score or names of the employees?
Scores in the sense many employees. That's what I meant. You will be
Okay.
seeing a lot of employees.
See list of employees. Okay. And
This is basically for
click
silver
on,
kudos actually. If it is
Ah,
gold kudos, team lead should be able to see only their team member's face.
so depending on which trophy you select, you will only see your team members or you will see the entire company people.
well, let's start with without that complexity. Okay. So we'll build on
Right.
it. Okay. Add some details. Add some details about uh,
Kavita, recording on.
Always.
Thank you.
achievement. Okay. Um, okay. That's all. Let's say we want to build this app. So what are the things that we need? So let's put it this way. I want to build an app where I can see my employees and award them with a silver or gold trophy, right? Let's say this is what I want to do. Okay. Um, I want to save the information locally. Let's say NoSQL so that I can see the history later. Okay. Basically, you want to see the list of employees with avatar. Click on a person. Assume the uh, employee list will be there in a CSV file. Create a dummy file with the dummy data yourself. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So hold on. I'll open cursor and we will try to do this. Let's say okay, and let's say we want to okay, and this information is good for now. Use create which we can say which application we want to do, right? We can say let's create use Python and Flask. Python for backend, Flask for front end. Okay. So Flask is nothing but a simple, API server, and it will create, Flask for serving and HTML, CSS for front end. Let's use this tech stack. Okay. I will now go to cursor. So cursor is open. So as you can see, this is the chat window where we can place it. So it's already in agent mode. Model is auto. I'm not giving any further context. So let's say this is what I have given. Let's see how it first. Okay, I'll just do it. I'm not going to say more. So it's planning its moves. It has created some to-do list, create a dummy employee list, create requirement.txt, build a Flask backend with API routes, create HTML templates for employee list and award interface, add a CSS styling for modern UI, add JavaScript for interactive features, create a README file. Let's see what's going on. So an employee CSV file is already created. So let's see what is okay. It has created some ID, name, email, department, avatar, URL. Okay, it's now doing the requirement.txt, which is needed for this is the packages that it will install, and it has written the actual application code in the app.py. We will ask it to explain because it has written the code, so we don't know. I mean, we have to go through one by one to understand this, or we can use even cursor to explain what it has written. It is now saying it is trying to run some directory, create some directory and put some files. It's asking me for a approval, so let me just do that. So it has created some template folder, static folder for CSS and JavaScript. It's doing index.html, which is the front end. Okay, that is also created index.html. Let's see how it looks like. It's now updating styles, I believe. Okay, good. Then CSS is done. Adding JavaScript now. In the meantime, as a next step, we will try to create a flow chart out of this, okay, to understand how things happen, because this is something that it has created, and to understand it, we have to go each file line by line to understand it, right? So it will be better if we have a flow chart. So if you already know, there is some tools where you can create, you can paste code. There is, there is something called Mermaid, which is a universal flowchart specific code. You can create code in Mermaid and then go to a site called Mermaid. Let me show that. I'll go here. Mermaid. Okay, there is something called mermaidchat.com. You don't have to use this site. It's an open source thing. If you know Python, you can even actually write a script that it will create it. But for simplicity, I will now show this. Thing. On this. Let's see something. Skip for now. Skip for now. Free. Okay. You're able to see my screen, right? Still. So this is something called Mermaid. There is one flow chart already available. This is how the code will look like, and this is how the flow chart will look like. You can zoom in as much as you want and see the flow. So let's see if we are able to create something for what we are coding. So this is very helpful when you are working on a project where you don't know what is happening on the project. you have joined new, or you have a you're going to work on a project that already somebody has worked, and you want to understand that without anybody's help. So component by component, you can use, you can try to create flowcharts like this and try to understand, visualize it, so that your learning will be faster. So the main idea of using cursor is to make our life easy and make our work faster, right? So this is one thing that is very effective for me in terms of understanding existing code, and also to explain anything that I write, anything that I develop, to share with my team. So just sharing the code or going through the code may not be very helpful, or they may not be able to understand it effectively. But if we create this kind of flow charts and share with people and walk through them, that will be very, very effective. So this is something that every developer should know, and probably try to use it to make, bring more clarity into what you're doing, uh, and to collaborate better with your partners. Okay, let's see where it stands here. Okay, it has done everything now. So it is saying to run the application, you have to install the requirements.txt, and uh, you can run it app.py. So let's see what else it has created. So it has, okay, it has given a good summary. Employee list, show all employees with avatars in beautiful grid layout. Award system, click on any employee to award. Achievement details, add description for each award. Award history, view complete history of all awards. Statistics dashboard. I did not say about a dashboard, but it is created. Good. Real-time stats showing total awards given. Local NoSQL database. TinyDB stores all awards in awardsdb.json. Okay, so it has created a awardsdb.json file. It's going to have files created. It is saying these are the files. Let's see what is there in the readme file. So it has, first I'll do keep all, because I'm not going to remove anything. It has given me what are the features available, what the tech stack used, same as we said. Project structure it has told, and how to install this. So, I mean, if you are taking it from a Git repository, this is what you will do. And I can create a virtual environment. Python, there is something called virtual environment where all our packages go into in one specific folder. It is like it will not interfere with what is already installed on the system globally. So creating a virtual environment will keep that environment specific to this project that we are working on. So it is telling me create this virtual environment, and you can, you know to install your requirements. So requirements, it has told me to install these packages, which is Flask and TinyDB, and those packages will go into that virtual environment. So if you are in a nvm or npm stuff, it will be little different. Package.json will be there, and you will add those things there, and you will do npm install. Same thing there also. Yeah, there it will go from package.json. Here it is requirements.txt. That's the only difference. In case if you want to see what is the parallel thing for the JavaScript world. Okay, now let's go. And it says, okay, then start the Flash server by just doing this, and your thing will run in localhost 5000. Let's see. It may see this is the first shot, zero shot. I will say it has created something. It may give errors, or it may run fine. We will see how it goes, and if there are errors, we know how to fix it. We can again ask it to fix it, right? So let me open my terminal. Got a new terminal. So it says, let me create a virtual environment. Sorry, Control C. I'll paste it here. This is going to create me a virtual environment. So it has created a virtual environment. I see a folder here. Environment is created, and I have to activate it with this command. So this is activated. I can see that it is available here. So then now I need to install. I'm just following what it is saying, right? So until this point, you can fairly assume that I don't know anything about Python, but I'm building a project in Python. So I'm pasting this. So it is installing a few stuff. Okay, that is done. Then it's saying me to run this app using Python dot app.py, Python space app.py. Let me do that. Okay, so it's saying Flash server is up and running in this thing, and let us visit. So it's also having a debugger pin. Okay, if needed, we may have to use it. So let's visit this page. Okay, cool. So there is a front end that is available, employee award system. It says total award, this thing. These avatars are available, which is like it is coming from. Let me shorten this. Okay, from where it is coming? It is coming from employees.csv file. So this is exactly 10 people, and here it is 10 people. Okay, uh, looks good. And what else? So this, there is no information already stored in in the DB, but if we do something, probably it should store. Okay, so let's do that as well. I am clicking this employee, and it is bringing me whether silver or gold. Okay, let me see. I will give gold, and I will describe it. Great job on the new project. Okay, award trophy awarded. So this is kind of a uh, normal one. Probably we will change the look and feel of this later. Okay, it has created, and it should have got updated in the database, right? So let's say let's close this. Total awards one gold, and let's go and see the awards DB. Yes, one record is created. Okay, we can see that employee trophy gold achievement. This is what I entered. This is the date. Cool. So it has done exactly what I wanted. We have we have just asked it to create an application where it will list all the employees. I can award them, store them. It has perfectly done that, right? Any questions until this point?
We said about NoSQL, and it has given it as a uh, JSON. So
Yes.
we missed
So
it, or
we can ask it to, probably it has assumed since it is local, it is okay. I mean, similar. JSON is nothing but it did not assume that it did not think that it is a NoSQL database. Probably NoSQL is nothing but not only SQL, right? That structure it assumed, and JSON is a NoSQL. So that's why it created JSON, I believe. We can ask it to change it to NoSQL DB. Is it NoSQL DB? Is it called NoSQL DB? I don't know. Or
Mongo,
MongoDB is
Mongo.
also JSON. MongoDB is also JSON, so it did the correct thing.
correct. It did. There is something. There is a NoSQL DB itself is there, which is like a specific file that we need to create. So that is again a JSON inside. That will come in Django if you install automatically. But this is fine to start with. This is fine. Most probably, what you will do is you will have to connect it to your actual database, right? So instead of this awards DB, you may have to connect it to your actual database, and you can if we have a database, we can actually ask it to do that. Probably if I have connected to AWS, I can probably ask it to convert it to a DynamoDB table and access it there. Okay, I don't want to go that front because that will go too technical from the AWS standpoint. And let's keep this simple and see what we can do achieve with cursor. That's the idea. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions before we proceed? Okay. let's ask it to, okay, as I said, let's do the first thing. We want to understand the code. Okay, so we don't have requirement. I mean, readme is fine, but code, uh, I've not gone through the code, so I want to understand what is happening on the code. Okay, so let me ask this. Okay, I want to understand the code better. Can you create a mermaid flowchart code for the app.py file uh, with the detailed comments and explanation? I will be pasting this code as it is in the mermaid site. So if I say that clearly, probably it will give me it will know what I want and give me that way. Save the code, mermaid code, in a new file, so that I don't want to lose it. I don't want to just keep it here. We can keep updating that as we progress. That's one objective. So we will ask it to save that into a new file. Saying, okay, I'll create a mermaid file. It's reading to understand itself, and it is creating a mermaid file. This is Greek and Latin for me. I don't have any idea. I'll just copy paste it, and if it works, it works. If not, it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, I will say why. I mean, I will again ask it so that it can correct it. Okay. So this created. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Now it says flowchart TD. Let me just copy completely and go to mermaid. Where is mermaid? Here it is. I'll go here. Create a new one. New diagram. Flowchart. I'll just get rid of this. Paste this. Okay. See, excellent. So now I can understand what's going on better, right? So let's see what it has created. So this goes like application starts, initialization, DB initialization is happening. There are some helper functions. It has written load employees. Probably it is loading the from the employee CSV file. 5 routes are created, and that is running the server in port 5000. So, and there are branches. Server running, waiting for requests. So now the server is running. It is waiting for different requests. So what are all the different requests? It is given here. Get is one route. Get API employees. So when I click, when I want to see all the employees, it has executed this path to get all the employees, call load employees function, read employees, and pass each row into a dictionary, return the list of all employees, convert to JSON using JSONify, and it is giving it back here, and that will be shown to the user like this. HTML, it goes and fills the HTML. Second, um, this path, where is this? This is going back. Okay, get AB employee ID. So if I want to get one particular employee, probably by clicking this employee, it is giving me that employee's details. So that is through this. And awards, probably when I click, what are all the different awards available, that will be getting it from here. Statistics, these are the statistics. So it gets the statistics from this API. So fair enough. It has completely given everything I wanted. If I sit and read through everything. I probably do not need to go through this code, spend endless time to understand what's happening. I don't need to put print statements to track what is happening and so on, right? So how do you see this? This is going to save a huge amount of time for you if you are working on a existing project, right? What do you guys feel? Any comments? Okay. Okay. Now this is one key use case, like creating flowcharts and so on. Any changes that any of you want to make here? Let's try that. So this is the existing thing, right? And we want to add, as you said, we want to add a complexity of only I can nominate my people, right? So for that, first of all, we need a login. So that will we need to enable some login so that we know who is logging in, and based on the login, we will have to decide who are the people who can who I can see. Okay, so hierarchy I need to add. So can we do that, or can we do something else? We will start with some smaller things. Okay, so let's go step by step. We are seeing the name of the employee, marketing, and something else. I mean, it's email ID. Let's say we want to also add technology to this. Okay, as a additional item to be shown here, and we probably want to group employees by technology in the front end, so that we know who comes where, right? Here it is, or here it is engineering, marketing, and all. Let's say first, arrange it by the what do you call this is what is it this is what is it called? So,
Department.
yeah, I think it is called department. Yeah, so let's say ask it to arrange it by department. Can you arrange the employees, group the employees by department, group the employees by department, and show each department separately. uh, okay, so this is what I want. Let's do that. Let's see what is happening. Okay, so it knows it has to make some changes to the app.js to group, and then grouping has to be shown in the index.html. Still thinking. Now it's making changes to the index.html. It's also adding some styles. It's adding department specific styles. Okay. It's also checking for lint errors and all. Okay. So change is made in JavaScript. It has updated the functions to group. HTML changed employees list to employees container. Now dynamically creates department section. CSS styles are added. New features. Departments are sorted alphabetically. employee count badge for each department, clean section headers with modern styling, responsive design. Okay, okay. Now let's go there. Let's do a refresh. Now it's showing, okay, engineering 4 employees, HR 2 employees, marketing 2 employees, sales 2 employees. Cool. Okay. Now one thing probably we may want to do is update the flow chart, right? I don't think it has updated the flow chart. Let's see what are all the changes that it has done. Review changes. So it has done changes to employee.csv. Did it? Okay. Procurement.csv. No. These are all the already existing ones. App.js, it has done some changes. So it's showing, what are all the changes that are available. There is one change. It's maybe because we did not accept before it is showing this. There is, it's showing everything. Probably it's not showing. Um, it's to keep all for every file now, so that next change will be just that change. Okay. Now let's ask it to. Can you also update the flow chart accordingly? Okay, it has found that this is the, it's reading the flowchart first. It's updating the flowchart. You can see that around 10% of total context is used, which is like 376k is the context. Out of that, 41k is already used. As it grows, I will not, use the same chat. I will have to create a new chat so that it is better. As long as the conversation is like, related, I can go on adding here. But if I want to do something new, I will probably go for a new chat rather than doing on the same chat. So let's say what changes it is doing. So it has now split that into two: front end flowchart and back end flowchart, app flowchart. Maybe because it is getting too complex. Let's see. Front end flowchart. It's a new one. App flowchart is, it's updating it because it's already bigger. It's reading section by section and updating. Okay. I think it's almost done. Yeah. It's also updating the README file now. S- Flowcharts README file. For flowchart, separately it's creating a README file. Okay, it's taking a lot of time. Okay, so it has done all the changes. Let's go here. Flowcharts readme file has created something. It's giving me a detailed explanation of how the flowchart is created. Let's not go deep into that. App explanation. No, this one. App flowchart updated. I'll go take it, and we can go here and replace this. Didn't do anything. Replaced, and yeah, I believe it is updated with some information. Let's see about front end. So this is front end. We'll take this and go. I'll probably paste here itself for safer, for simplicity, because it allows only three flowcharts. And okay, there is a error. So there is a error that's happening now. It's a good case to tell that. I'll copy this. Go here. I have this error on the front end flowchart. Let's see if it is able to fix it. So this is one use case where error handling and fixing errors comes into play. You don't have to break your head where it is going wrong. Just copy paste this. It should be able to identify and fix it in no time. See, I can see the problem. Square bracket inside, no text or conflicting with the mermaid style, mermaid syntax. So with this, you can see the confidence, right? Because you don't know what is mermaid, you don't know the code, but you can still create very useful flowcharts in no time, and you don't have to worry about something going wrong. You have a you know tool that can fix it as well. Okay, front end is done. So let's copy paste this. Yep. Now it's cleared. We got a good flow chart for the front end. And if it is actually giving me a you know notification that cursor has completed its changes and review it. On my other screen, I came here and it has given me what is changed, and now it should work. So it's saying it should work, and yes, it's working. So good. I'll not go through the flow chart, but this is very good. Um, you know Flow chart that I can understand. Okay, now let's go to few more things that we can do on cursor. Okay, so so far we have been just chatting here, right? You can also make changes directly if you want to by selecting a few lines of codes. Let's go to any of where is the app.py. Okay, let's say I want to change the text here. I'll just changing text. You can directly do it But for the sake of saying the control case stuff, which is it is going to edit the selection selected code here itself, or you can ask a question as well. If you do control K, this window will open. It's a small scoped change that you can do. It's an easy tool without going to the chat. It is not going to take all the history that is available. It will be very specific to this and faster. So I'll say change the text to there is no employee. No employee like that. Okay. So immediately it will change only here. Okay. So I just changed it and I can keep it or undo it. So if you don't want to change it, just undo it. And that will you know work. Okay. So this is about how you now let's clear this and we want to create a new chat. And you can also go back to your old chat by looking at the history. If you click this, you will see the old chats. And if you want to continue there, you can just go and continue there. Otherwise, you can always go to your new chat and ask it to do anything. Or if you want to, make any changes to a specific one, um, let's you can do like this. And if you do control L after selection, that piece of code is also referred here. If you see, it is added to the top. One tab is nothing but this tab, and it is adding this piece of code that you have selected. So it can know that whatever you are going to ask is based on this get employee function. Okay, so let's say, can you add some debugging steps in this function? It knows that, okay, I'm asking it to do it in the get employee. Has added print statements so that I can debug. Okay, excellent. So let's keep all. And if you just want to get rid of it, you can do an undo. Control Z, undo. That will be gone. So it's that easy. Okay. Now, another important thing is testing, right? Writing unit test for your code. So this particular app.py has n number of functions, right? So it's better we write test cases for these, and as we expand this, all the test cases can be run so that you can be sure that none of your new changes are affecting the old changes. All tests run perfectly. So now I'm going to ask you to create a test file that will test all the functions within this app.py with all scenarios possible. Let's see what's happening. I'm just going to give a very broad thing. Create unit test file to test app.py with for all the functions with all the possible scenarios. So it is going to come up with a comprehensive unit test file. So what may be the next step? Probably I want to deploy this. I want to deploy this by creating a containerized format. So I can ask it to create a Docker container and make it as a uh, uh, what do you call micro package so that I can deploy it anywhere and I can run it anywhere. So that will be the next step in the CI/CD pipeline. Now testing is done, so then we can go to the CI/CD. We can also ask it to create a Bitbucket pipeline. Everything is possible, guys. You just have to say what you need. It will keep on adding it to your project. So that will be it. Well, as it is doing, we can, let's see if anybody else have anything else to be tried, or not sure if I'm covering everything that I wanted to. I want to hear from you so that I can concentrate on those things that you guys want to experiment.
I have already written some 5 questions, Prem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I'll just put it in the
chat.
chat. Yeah, and then I'll ask one by one.
Yeah,
Um so this LLM can write code in any language, right? So
any
what
languages.
languages have you tried and you personally feel this is good for this particular language? I've seen a greater amount of success, something like that. Is there anything? And you can say that. Second question is, um, with multiple decades of coding experience, you would agree that code is written in blocks and it's checked in, right? That is done so that we can revisit or drop a commit, do something. But here, if a developer in this new culture of coding with cursor, the whole day they are just coding, how do you cherry pick some code commits if you are not frequently committing what the cursor is giving you? Is there any um, workflow that you have adapted that every half an hour check in the code so that if it is not a good path, we can just throw it away, something like that? That's my second question. Um, I think we'll start with the two. I mean, if you have time, you can finish the other things.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So let's just let me. So it is just asking me to do a chmod so that the test can be run. Uh, it has written around how many tests? Test dot test app dot py. So a lot of tests it has written, I believe. Okay, to come to your question, how many languages have you tried creating using cursor? Uh, I would say by this time it should be able to handle any language. When it got started, Python was better, but as they keep updating, I think the models get better at the language. It is language independent at this time. If there is a new language, you just have to point it to the language's documentation. As we have discussed in the last thing, you had something like some other package that you had, right? So just have to use those documentation, index it. It should be able to give you exactly right code. If it is a very popular one, definitely it's going to be very good because it would have got trained with that from many sources. So at this point, I don't see there is any bottleneck for any specific language,
Language.
provided you either it is already available or you give the documentation to it. It should be able to help you. Okay. Okay. What your next question is? Git breaks to drop and recreate. Um,
Or frequent git committing. Is it a workflow adaptation?
we don't follow anything specific for Git. Only thing we follow is because we do work, in smaller chunks, and even in smaller chunks, we try to, create one by one and check it in and then do it. So it is more of a Git stuff rather than cursor stuff here. I don't want to confuse cursor with Git. So if you want to go back to your previous version, use Git, commands to change your version to that, and you can go back and do it. That should not be a problem,
Mm.
because every time it is not going to remember what is already there. It is going to read your current code, and on that it is going to build. So if you see what was happening, every time I ask, it is doing a read of the current file and then understands and do it. Let's say you are in current version, you are doing something, and you are rolling back to 4 versions back. At the time, in your next question, it's again going to read that that current version, and then respond according to that. It is not going to remember what was there in previously. Okay, so that is what I wouldn't confuse Git and cursor here. Keep
Okay.
them separate.
Uh, Prem,
Okay.
my experience on this with the chat, we have a future like restore at some point. So
Mhm.
click on the build an employee chat on the screen.
Sorry.
Build an employee chat is there, right? The chat, first chat you started.
Okay. Yeah.
Click on that. So when you click on that, we have a undo option, and we can go for the chat where you typed out something and ask for next change, something like that. So at some point you wanted to go to that point, we can click on that and say restore that checkpoint. So
Yes. Yes.
maybe that would helpful for developers who wanted to go at that point.
Very good point. Very good point. Yes, you can. Even if you have done many changes, you can go to a point and ask it to restore to that point. That's
Yes,
what you did. Yeah.
yes. Can you group by the employees? Consider we don't want to group that employees. As Arun Judge asked whether can I restore? So I don't want to group in the sense we can undo that here from here.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
So
it. Thank you.
yeah, here is the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
clicking on that it would restore.
restore.
Thank you.
Good point. Thank you. Okay. Now let's go back and let's do a check on our test. So Python, it has created a test file. I'm going to run the test file. Just going to say run tests.py. So there is some error saying error collecting. Make sure this package. Maybe it is not because of I have created a I came to a new terminal and I have not uh, enabled the virtual environment. So let me do that. I've done that and I'm going to again run it. Okay, it says PyTest is not installed. So let's do the install PyTest. It has told me I did not, I did not see that. So okay, now it should run. Oh, okay. Now it's running. Okay, so it has run around 28 tests and many passed. There is a failure. So this is a failure. So now I can give this failure to say that it is, there is an error like this. So this is how we can fix bugs. Arun, maybe your next question, right? Uh, so if this is a bug, we will probably identify this and just add it to the
Correct.
chat, and it should be able to. What I did is I just selected this, and there was a add to
Yes.
chat button available here.
Correct. That would be within the thing, right? My question was more like if a user is seeing a bug in production or wherever, and I have like taken screenshots and given cursor, it's able to do analyze that screenshot. Is there anything else you have seen because you have been using for a long time? Production errors, how do you tell cursor, hey, this is the error, fix it, something like that?
You can give the screenshot, but
Mm.
the probability of finding that exactly may be different. It
Less.
depends. If your screenshot provides you a specific comment or something that it can help it to point to that, it's better.
Mm.
Otherwise, I mean, it depends on the available data from the screenshot, right? It cannot understand something that is very generic, span across multiple that can come from multiple sources, it will be very difficult. But if
Mm,
there is, let's say there is a text, something has broken or something of that sort, and that's available in only one particular file, it will be able to easily identify, okay, this is where it is coming, and it can check what is happening.
mm,
Better way is to, what I will do is, if I know something is going on, something is going wrong with some uh, function, right? So once it is identified that this is the place where it may be going wrong, I'll probably ask it to write tests with the different scenarios, ensure
mm.
that this function works perfectly.
Okay.
Okay, and every time you uh, write new code on a function, you can ask it to immediately, create temporary test cases on it and run it and test it. So it can do that immediately.
That can also be set as a rule that whenever you make changes, you please write a test case,
Yes,
right?
write a test case. Yeah. So I gave that. Okay. So there were 29 and one failed. I gave that error and it has fixed, and now 29 is passed. So now I am confident that all. I'm not sure if I'm confident because I don't. I have not reviewed this whatever test that it has written. Probably if I review that and if we want to add more, I can do that and I can feel comfortable. So but it has made it has given me most of the things that I may want to have there, because I said for all scenarios you have to create test cases. So that way I can feel confident that the basic stuff at least works fine and I can add on top of it. Okay, so this is another thing. What is your next question? How do we go back in time and review? I think that is uh, goes to GitHub, so you can use GitHub for that. I wouldn't consider Cursor doing anything on that. Do you think?
What about what you asked to Cursor? How did it proceed? This chat area, gives a lot of contextual information. So, what did I ask it 3 months ago? How did it proceed? Is there a way to see all your Cursor chats over the past several months? Is my
Yes,
question.
definitely. It will be there in your history.
Hmm.
Okay. If you click on this history, it should come. If it is available, I'm not sure how long they keep it,
Hmm.
but it should be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can download it, like past histories of my
Chat
chats,
history.
all the
There is
chat
an
history?
export, there is an export option, I believe. So let's say this one I want to export. Uh,
Close export.
export chat.
No, I want all the chats, like this. There's only a single chat.
Okay.
I don't think that is available.
Okay.
Last session, you've been talking that whatever chat we had typed that can be obtained from the profile, I think. From your login, you could see that. You said that.
That is not the chat history, but that is the history of your token consumption in the cursor page, if I'm not wrong, if you're talking about that.
Yeah, I actually asked the same question. That's why I got confused. So I was thinking that whatever I had typed, let's say build an employee, I thought that same chat
That's
would
saved.
be.
That's saved, but I don't know if that will be accessible through your cursor login, but here it is accessible as long as you see that in your chat history on that project. I think you can retrieve it. If you
So
want to remove it, I think you can go to the settings and remove it. I don't think they will remove unless you say to remove.
so in our profile, there will be only the token usage, not the chat history.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Because these things are saved locally in your machine, I believe, somewhere. Okay, so this is the basic stuff. This is I mean, you know what you can do. You can create beyond coding. You can do a lot of stuff. Um, Anything specific that you guys want to discuss or try it out, let me know. If not, I don't think any further is needed here. If you understand exactly how to use it, when to
One
use it.
one question, in case the code that whatever that it has written, we cannot. Let's say I don't know Python, and it has written something out, and that could be vulnerability or anything that is duplicate of codes or something like that. So how do we ensure that whatever that it has written is uh, that would match the standard, uh, that could go for a release or something?
You can again ask the same thing to it. Probably you can select as. I would put it this way: you have a old code that is written by somebody, and you want to ensure that it meets standards. Because when it writes, probably it meets the standards and writes. Okay, but not many people will be doing it. So if you want to standardize and code that is not standard, you can just ask it to do that. It will do it. I have done that many times.
So for vulnerability related or security related, also I
You
have
can check
to
that. Yes.
we have to check it separately. That's it.
Yes. 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 Yeah. It's all about chat. You have somebody who can do what you ask. You ask for it, or it will at least tell you how to do that. Right? If cursor cannot do that, it will tell you if there is any other tool that you need to install and check that. Like similar to Chat GPT. Any other questions?
Instead of mentioning any files and asking questions, can we name some of the changes and refer it back whenever needed?
So you are asking about can I change the name of this chat? Rename chat.
No,
Ah,
when we want to ask any questions regarding some part of code or files, we are mentioning files, right? Or something like that, and ask questions against that file or block of code, right?
mhm.
Can we name these whatever changes made by the cursor and refer it back whenever needed, uh, when upcoming?
That's what this chat is, right? So your conversation with the cursor is only through this chat, right? So any changes that it can make to your code, that is different, that is your code. So the only thing that stands out of the code is this chat. So you can, if you want to keep something specific, create a new chat, name it accordingly, and keep that as a history for you.
Okay.
Maybe memory usage, can that solve the problem, Prem? We have save memory console. So whatever RGK is asking, let's say I had drafted something and asked, can I ask the cursor to save it? And the memory, we have a settings in memory, right? So that, will that
that
save?
memory that memory is like one liners. Okay, you want it to memorize, you want it to remember something
Yeah.
very specific. What you are asking is I 10 days before I asked it about a particular function in one of my code. How can I refer it back? That is your question.
Okay.
Correct. Huh? So for that, either you ensure that your chat that you are making, save it in a different name so that you can remember that. There is no other way. It is not going to store automatically in its memory every chat that you are doing.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So Arun, your last question: what do you think will be the future of cursor?
Yeah,
Can be can be anything, man.
can
I
be
mean,
anything. Huh? I mean,
yeah.
what more can it solve? Uh, and I'm hearing people, industry people, saying the last 6 months, lovable bolt, everything is popping up, and cursor is also getting better.
Basically, the models get better.
mm.
It's all about the models get better, and
Okay.
these
What do you think is the limitation of cursor today?
limitation. Uh, Probably when you have a huge code base, thousands of
Mm.
files, right?
Mm.
It will be very difficult to
Index it.
uh, uh, find something that you want. You don't know anything, and
Mm.
you are depending on cursor to find you something, right?
Mm.
Or you are going to say something and you expect cursor to make the changes in the right file. At that time we may see, it may struggle to do that, because it may not be able to find exactly where to do what to do, when
Mm.
especially when things are closely related. There may be multiple apps, multiple folders having same kind of files, so it may not be able to pinpoint the right one and do it. So
Yeah.
that's one of the challenge currently I see.
But that limitation over time could go away.
Yes, yes,
Okay. So if after this demo, which by the way, it was really, really good and would encourage, inspire many people, maybe HR, everybody will want to try their hand at Cursor. If that is the case, if all business owners take Cursor in their hands, presently they can actually, whatever size of the code base, they can actually go ask for it, understand the code through Mermaid charts, right? That's already happening in the market.
yes, yes.
Mm, okay.
It gives you a very good starting point, and it gives you confidence that, I mean, your dependency on others gets reduced. At least you
Mm,
can move to some point, and uh, definitely it cannot replace a developer. A business owner cannot build and maintain a project with this alone. Uh, Maybe you can build a small demo app like this and manage it, but
correct.
full scale application, it's very, very difficult, because there are many things involved, and only a developer intervention will only be right there.
Mm. And if you are very strong in front end, it can teach you back end. If you are very strong in back end, it can help you in front end. You can complement your skills, existing
Yes,
skills.
absolutely. You can definitely. That is a very good point. I mean, if you are just a developer, you can feel that you are a developer who can do anything, including
Mm,
DevOps, including cloud implementations, anything, just with the help of Cursor or any such tools.
mm. Good. Thank you, Prem.
Thank you. Okay,
Kavita.
that's all. I don't have anything. Thanks for your time, Nicholas or Kavita. We are done for the day.